And welcome back everybody to Limbus Company. Yesterday we did Quixote's Uptie story for after Canto 7, and we did the Walpurgis Nacht from that area over there. Once again everybody, if you missed anything today or want to catch up to the full playthrough, all goes to the Games Are Bastard channel, linked in the description down below, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and following all that good stuff. Alright. Today we are going to be starting Intervallo 5, LCB regular checkup. Shall we? Hang on. I just realized the artwork of the dream ending switched. Wait, do they all switch once you finish the canto? Do these little artworks switch every time you finish the canto? I just noticed it. Yeah, it changes. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I didn't notice until now. There you go. They switch for everyone. Time for a checkup. All right. LCD checkup. Let's do this. 7.751. Data collection. Okay. We're using this team over here because we are not using the story team just yet. Let's go. All right, catch you around them. So yeah, go ahead and do your thing, man. Go ahead. Let's do this. Oh, we need to win 47. It's okay. We're good. I look from beyond the glass window as the sinners battle furiously inside the large indoor area.
You damn dinosaurs! What's the point of everyone rushing at the same enemy? It's already staggered and nearly dead!
Faust had attacked that entity first. The blame lies flatly with the others' delayed decisions.
No.
The fault lies within ISHMAEL! You don't know what you are talking about, woman! You wouldn't know the answer to anything! The fault lies within ISHMAEL! ISHMAEL!
Apologies. Yeah, concern was that not to dispose swiftly of that foe, but I think this is a good show of teamwork. He's always. That is because you didn't see the railway. Yeah, I didn't get to do the railway. Yeah. I had no idea how hopeless the sinners were in battle without my commands.
Damn it! Why would any of you listen to my orders?
Oi, your genius order was how the lass's head ended up dangling from the from 1/4 of the neck.
It was a necessary sacrifice to gain an engine battle.
Were it the not how befitting of our heroes to perish in face of the combat?
Don Quixote falls before the merciless onslaught of enemies. Is it possible the first 3 consoles? Okay. I had so many things I wanted to say to them, most of which were variations of "you're doing it wrong," but I had no choice but to watch as their woefully abysmal decisions continued to bungle the fight. Line 2, Ballcag forgot to sales. Okay, good. If I tried, this researcher next to me will get in my way, claiming that they haven't finished collecting the data. Oh, we went back to Limbus we are at Limbus Company. Okay. This is what happens when you win rate? Yep. Okay. He's got a special name over here. Do we have a new voice? Is it time for a new voice? Oh shit, the curva añada. Boss Meg. Fucking Google Sheets. Massive nerd voice? Okay. Yeah, we do have nerd voice. Let me see. We do have some nerd voices over here. Yeah, apologies for the flashbang over there. It's just ugh. Let me see. We do have some nerds. Shit.
should be the nerd with the just like you like we'll have a photo. So you're doing the so we could giving a lisp for this kind of voice, and we got the suitability voice for the nerdy accent over here. We have the James for this kind of thing. Does that work for you? Does that work for you? This kind of voice over here. The same, this over here.
Okay. Silly nerd with lisp. All right, this is just how I remember these voices. Okay. All right.
This one's reaction speeds tremendous is exceptionally fast.
Was the German Bane voice? Oh shit! I actually have.
The German Bane, you say? Is this kind of voice? Is precisely what you would be talking about?
So, a tired nerd. He's so. Can I help him now? Oh, a more monotone.
So, will you stop pacing or compose yourself? We're almost done here.
So let's give him like a more exhausted voice. Let's give him a more exhausted voice. There we go. There.
That should be more than enough to take control, manager.
I had a lot I wanted to say, but let's help the other sinners out of this bind first. Wait, he understood us. He understood us. We were able to communicate with him. Is there not a good chance to use the voice muffler? Oh yeah, by the way, I unearthed my voice muffler. This is a belt box. It's a voice muffler for vocalists, so it's the kind of thing that you can use to muffle. Yeah, like it's good for when you need to be loud but you have neighbors, because you can really get loud with this one and it muffles the voice. Like, we're talking beyond the Bane mask, right? Like right now I'm talking at the same volume that I was before, and just listen to the difference, right? So yeah, no, it's God, it smells like the incense. Yeah, I had it next to my box of incense. So yeah, no, I had this, we unearthed it earlier today, and we're just starting the Intervallo. Yes, we are. So yeah, no, like, it's one of those, like, it's a belt box when you belt for singing. You know, it's like when you go really, really loud, yeah, kind of loud, but then you're gonna, yeah, same loudness over here, and it doesn't clip the microphone with that, and you know, it's better for neighbors. I don't have neighbors anymore, so I don't need it, but we could use this for some of that Limbus company voices, right? Anyway, let's help out the sinners. And I think the limiter did its thing. Oh, wow. Oh, they are like shadow us. Is this what you would see in the refractory railways? Oh. And this is, okay. What did I do to my neighbors? They went to Canada. They ended up in Canada. All right, let's start with you going here because you have to. Who are you going against? You're going against Heathcliff, so you go here. Let's see. You are going against Honglu. Doesn't quite matter. You go over here. You go over here. Neutral, huh? Thought we try you over here. Okay, she's neutral. Faust over here. It's a 6v6, and Yisang is wait, so let's actually get Honglu to not get this. Let me just undo them. Is there anyone here trying to hit? Okay, this one's trying to hit Heathcliff. I can let that one happen. Because then he gets kicking. So let's just redo these over here. Isang over here. Rodia over here. You over here. You over here to make up for the... Wait, no. You here, maybe? Alright, fine, just neutral. Go team!
감상은 어떤가요?
Time of the game, so fucking annoying. There you go. There, Heathcliff got hit. They look like the starter ones, I think. There you go. Get a multiplayer, it would look something like this? Probably, yeah. Probably. The fuck would you want competitive multiplayer for this one, though? Nice! The animations, dude. Alright, time to unpack. Oh, she gets bonus, nice. Refill my water bottle. Shit. Ah, oh, come on, Roddy. I look away for 2 seconds. Oh, there goes Faust. There goes Faust. Ah, inconvenient. Go, Yisang! Sure multiplayer wouldn't work in this game? Yes. Oh, what? Heathcliff didn't do the thing? Okay, we did get rid of one. Alright, you go here. Now let's try to build the other ones up, right? You here, you face here, you face here, you over here, and you... who do we have that is not just favored? Okay, let's have you assist Yisang. Let's go. God damn. Doesn't any competitor want to just play sinking, high slope? Yeah, no, like I don't think it would be a way to balance it out for multiplayer. I don't think it would be any sense to do that. Nice. Nice. Hell yeah. There you go. Are you glad that there's no PvP in Limbus? I am very PvP averse. Like, I played PvP during my time in college and then I stopped. It's just not for me. Like, I played a little bit of Apex Legends, one game, and then I was like, yeah, that's enough for me. I just don't see the appeal. Alright, ooh. Plenty of them are staggered. Which one are we getting? The Association, South Section. Wait, are these like the Association? No, these are the Association. Okay. Interesting. You go back here, you go back here. You over here, struggling. Okay, not you. You go for this one, I guess, because the other ones are not doing too great either. All right, purple defenses. There you go. There you go. Using an EGO. Oh, right. Oh, well. I just noticed, yeah. Yeah, they're all the Association. That's an EGO. Well, let's hope we can kick her ass before she does anything else. Force of the Flames. Oh, boy. Oh, it's redacted. Hers is redacted. Ooh, 54 damage. Get some pay. Oh, immediately. Immediately, there you go. Get to use EGOs too. I like that. I like that. That's really cool. That's really cool. All right, you attack here. You attack here. Heathcliff. No. Okay, you use regular kicking. Y'all go over here. You go over here. Let's go. Oi. Oh, I'm missing. There we go. There we go. La Mancha team against us. That would be funny. That would be funny. There you go. That's one less. Oh, no. There you go. GG. 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 That went well.
As
expected of an executive manager, the exceptional development of your strategic genius reminds me of the earlier years of my career.
So, you have enough experience to do this? Why didn't you use it? The blood fiends quickly, they're mop up, yes. Aha. Thanks. Got anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here at that brawl. I love her. I love her. She did use it to sacrifice Don Quixote? Yeah.
테스트 중에는 공복을 유지할 것이.
You will maintain an empty stomach for the duration of this test.
다음 테스트는
Next on the docket is. I wouldn't have asked Miss Shaw to remain since I knew it was coming. Whose idea was this anyway?
Well, if you really want to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Not that this wouldn't have happened without that, but yeah.
Oh, come on, fellas. It's gonna be more to it than that.
Sure there was. Not that it would have made any difference. Because like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching. Oh boy. If I had admit IDs at the time, the sinking team, this... Ooh. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Alright, regular health checkup. Let's see what we got. Wow, that sound just now. I didn't know a human body could make a sound like that.
I was just doing some stretches. I can't seem to do them without making these noises nowadays.
Huh? That's you mean you can't?
That right there's the creaking sounds of time's ravages. Sink. Oof. I know Dante's been turning the clock to rewind our time, but I feel like my joints are starting to grate.
I know what you mean. I definitely don't feel as spry as I used to. Maybe the pain for repeatedly dying and reviving takes a toll after all.
And this wouldn't be an issue if you weren't dying so much as often. If you were a better soldier capable of protecting everybody without dying, this would not be an issue. The fault lies within you. ISHMAEL!
Yeah, dying sure is a pain. That's when Hong Lu flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners. Speaking of which, isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fine even though she's hundreds of years old? She's got to be the oldest by us, I thought, right? Ahem. Hong Lu's unprompted catapulting of such heavy subject brought the busy air inside the bus to a sudden, stifling halt. Let's remember we find them at some point. Nice.
I thought we were going to take some time to actually broach that subject, but you just bulldozed through the whole mess, huh?
I must have made things awkward. I didn't realize everyone's sensitive about their age. Don Quixote's a spry young blood fiend. She is our sweetest, spryest, most energetic, loveliest little bundle of energy that we could possibly ever ask for.
That's, it is not to concern thyself with peanuts, so...
Of course, there was also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality.
Oi, Scoot! Smart doesn't need to see your blend your eye, pay your eyes it. Whack ya.
On the other hand, here's this guy without a care in the world. Almost makes me wonder if he remembers what just happened. As you're there, alright, catch you around. Ace, you go do what you gotta do. They're gonna acquire about returning to her old self, yep.
Well, maybe this is our chance to get back at him for treating you harshly. Don Quixote, I'm sure you can.
Sing. I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before.
I'm quite fond of the current temperament of our company. Unless young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs into a villainous scoundrel, I have many a wish to exact violence upon him and... Right! Now that it's over with, let's all shut up and keep the shooting way to a minimum, yeah?
Sounds plenty villainly dickish to me. Anyway, am I the only one thinking it's about time we got the thing? As long as it's good to, yes. Like now she's just buying into it herself, yeah. It didn't say she didn't do anything wrong yet. The thing? Well, you know, the thing we tried a while ago. Didn't get to enjoy through some unforeseen issues. Deathmatch! Just remember, we even played volleyball by that big body of water.
Oh, consensual clause suggests that he's making a request for a vacation.
Yep, absolutely, yep. Let's all go for a spa or something. Relax, getting massages, loosening up the muscles some, please.
You still have expectations of our employers.
Aha! I recall that the young Bersault had given quite the exquisite massage, had he not? Oh, I have astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and structures of the human body.
For many weeks following the massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation.
She's LARPing, yeah, she's LARPing as herself. I love it, yeah.
Thus understood it was the philosophy of Mersault's physical therapy that the most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain.
It seems that the time is here. Virgilius?
Yes, I knew this day would eventually come. The day's here!
Why is everyone acting so serious all of a sudden?
Rodian's observation is correct. While turning the clock does indeed turn the time, a certain degree of exacerbating fatigue cannot be alleviated. This necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner.
What could it possibly be that it needs this much build-up?
In other words,
It is time for Limbus companies. DOLP, dramatic gulping noises.
I love her.
Regular checkup.
In Hungary, we are legally required to do that once a year. In Hungary, you are not allowed to work if you don't take your yearly checkup. Like, you have to go to a doctor, you have to get a regular checkup, and then you have to bring the paper to your employer, or you are legally not allowed to work.
Regular checkup?
So yeah, there you go. There you go. Another point in the graph. How many points do we need to make a line? Another point in the graph. This game takes place in Hungary. Especially if it's free. I mean, in my workplace, we have private insurance. So we just go to them, and that's it.
We did get a call from the higher-ups a while ago, requesting that they send the sinners in for a regular checkup.
There you go. Another reason. Another one over here. And by the way, I was thinking back to Sanson and Demian and all the blue guys, and I came to a realization that I have infallible proof of who is behind this whole thing. There is you know, we had to come up with like we've seen Sanson and Demian and all the gang, and all of them are following a very, very strange plan of somebody that we have yet to decipher. But I cracked the code. I cracked the code. I figured out who's leading them. A creature so devious, a creature so scheming that uses its deviousness and its ingenuity to confuse everyone around them. Someone so devious that not even her superiors know what is doing. She's always leaving anything behind, traces of ideas, leaving everyone to just figure out what it is. And it finally dawned on me. What do all these characters that are following these devious, greater than thou schemes have? They share the color. And that, my friends, is why the leader of the blue faction is none other than blue. They are blue. She is blue. I rest my case. This is now canon. She is blue. She leaves clues behind, and that's it. That's it. This is it. This is it. Wait, Amayar, you've never seen Blue's Clues? You've never seen Blue's Clues? Do we need a tinfoil hat emote? Yes. You've never seen... Okay, Blue's Clues is this children's show from Nickelodeon where you would have, like, initially it was Steve. They've been changing the characters, but the idea is that it's a children's show. They have all the characters over here, and the idea is that Blue leaves paws behind to try and communicate with the host on what she wants. And being a dog that cannot speak, as well as a woman, she is not able to communicate directly to the host. So instead, she goes around leaving clues around, just putting her paw print, and he gets like a notebook, writes down everything, and the whole show is about solving Blue's mysteries. So, do we either just know it from memes and stuff? Yeah, no, this I watched this as a kid. So, Blue Dog Distortion escaped, leads Damien's group. So yeah, no, like Blue's Clues, like they go into paintings. Like Blue is a supernatural being. Like Blue is a supernatural being, absolutely. Which leads me to the conclusion that yes, the Blue faction is led by none other than Blue from Blue's Clues. Yeah, no, it's a great show. At least the season with Steve was great. Yeah, recently it's been going through some turbulence, considering that it got infected by modern politics. But yeah, Distortion's case leads Damon's group. The Blue group is indeed Rebirth, Reverberation Ensemble. There you go. Blue entered it through a painting and has been trying to leave since. I don't think she's tried to leave. I don't think she's tried to leave. She's probably comfortable here. Or yeah, she's trying to leave, and all of this is just one massive Blue's Clues. There you go. Oh god.
But it was repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end.
They've been obnoxiously hounding us for quite some time. I was starting to get tired of explaining our absence.
Who wouldn't be trying to live in this shithole? Ryoshu. Making pizza its own time consuming? Yes. Like, if you want to make a good pizza dough, it takes a while. Absolutely. I know, because I love making pizza, but yeah.
Jacob? What Jacob?
Because constantly show Limbus company where to go and gives us clues. Exactly. Exactly. They are being super vague. They are vague posters, and the original vague poster is blue. There you go. There you go. How many more points in the graph do we need to make this straight line that we've been making so far? I got you figured out, Project Moon. Decent enough to saves a lot of time. Hang on. Yeah, I forgot to press enter here. Let me just show you the pizzas I've made. Let me just show you the last pizza I made, right? Because I spent quite a bit of time, and I was very proud of these pizzas. Where is it? No, that's my focaccia. Where's the last pizza? Where the fuck is the last pizza I made? Hold on. Yeah, and I'm just scrolling up the Discord. Where the fuck is my last pizza? Oh my god. Everybody else is posting their food except me. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Just want to show my pizza, dude. Come on. No, no, no. How far back did I post this thing? Oh my god. Holy shit. 1 second, everybody. I need to show you all my... This is not my latest pizza. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me open this over here. This is my latest pizza. The dough was perfect. Have you done a pizza making stream? Not yet. We've done a... Oh, yeah, we cooked pizza, just not making the dough itself. Oh, no, we kind of did on one of them. But yeah, this was the... Yeah, no, the cooking stream, we also made pizza. Yeah, I just remember... That's how bad my memory is. But yeah, this is how my pizza looks like. The chicken is very long strips of this. But yeah, no, it's such a... perfect pizza except the lower side, but I did get myself a pizza steel and I will be trying to make it on that. Anyway, does look nice. It was such a good dough.
Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff. Such proceedings are a regular occurrence among most corporations.
Hungary, there you go. I've never personally experienced it myself, but sounds like just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. I turned around, getting ready to say, right, Ishmael? She's scared of the doctor. Only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression, frozen onto her face. Well, this is unexpected. I thought Ishmael, with her worldly experiences, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us all about how things worked outside Limbus company. Look, she is our, like, bratty princess, and if there's one thing bratty princesses hate, is doctor's checkups, so... Regular checkups?
Oh, you're gearing up to explain what it is, Coolio. I got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go!
Not the regular checkup. Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise. Miss Rhodia.
I did hear that some fixer offices or associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups, depending on their characteristics.
Giving Ahab type PTSD? Who knows what kind of checkups Ahab was carrying out, yeah. Even Rhodia was expecting Ishmael to go on an autistic rant, yeah. Top until there's only one left standing. Locked. One of my colleagues. Only key to escape. What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced, abject horror at the suggestion.
Do you even understand what kind of regular checkup you're getting into? I'm asking if you've prepared to go through the regular checkup, no matter what happens in the process. Prepared to endure through everything that...
What's wrong with Ishmael now? May's looking all pale.
Is unironically one of the funniest sinners. Yeah. She is an absolute bratty princess, so.
I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal out of this. I don't think it's that bad.
Weren't you at school before this? Weren't you just at school?
I think we used to have annual health checkups back in school too.
What kind of checkups?
Right, she was in a gang, so it doesn't really matter. The unironic funniest time out, I can agree with HG being one, yeah.
That put us all in the same room, measuring heights, weights, running some basic fitness tests.
We used to have that at my school as well. Retributing sinners based on who had prior experience and who doesn't, yep.
Pretty! Wherefore do they seek the measurements of such characteristics?
Must you really ask? Full knowledge and analysis of soldiers' status and indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand.
What soldiers? I was talking about my school.
Right! So that don't explain shy about why you need to know that, does it? Why do you find it necessary to spray people with those stinking chemicals just to see someone's got lice in their clothes?
His checkups were different. Oh my god. Doesn't understand how check organization in the city do? Yep. He was a gypsy, so he must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess.
You all keep asking questions with the most obvious answers. In fact, I've been wondering when they test us.
Otis confidently marched up to the front of other sinners with an assertive grin, as though she'd been waiting for this very moment.
The true purpose of this checkup must be to elect a true authority among us.
She hasn't had one either. That he was treated like a servant by Hindley, probably, it's one of those words Korea that mean a bunch of different things. Maybe, yeah, it could be one of those that that it's a word in Korean that can be used as wordplay. Yeah, a true authority. Well, there are Christians in this world, and that would be God. By your parlance, true authority, could be that you are questioning who amongst us is our leader. I'm standing right here.
I humbly request that you avoid plaguing yourself with any unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggestions, Executive Manager. Of course, I must preface this with the declaration that there cannot be an iota of doubt towards Executive Manager Dante's authority.
Okay.
Was this not always a topic of great contention among us? Which of us is most fit to command this squad of sinners?
Isn't it Ishmael? Oh, maybe Faust?
That's what I thought too. Get humiliated. Was at war, she doesn't know a regular chick. Oh, she was at war, yeah. And at the Odyssey, so yeah.
This lack of cohesion is precisely why we always fail to face our enemies as a team! Always scrambling, always underprepared, always taken by surprise! You must always be ready to drop to the ground and give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to do so! Always maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of the glorious victory of your allies! If I had saw missing, where's your readiness or self-sacrifice?
They literally toss their bodies at enemies. No one's arguing with you, Otis. What are you even talking to? So to summarize, the regular checkup entails putting us all in a small room and making us fight to the best understanding. Silence fell upon us as Honglu's succinct summary. Poor Dante, yep. Greg was also a wing employee first and foremost. We don't know what faction Otis was part of, let alone that what side. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Saying that Dante is the general, she wants to know who's the lieutenant. Yep.
Battle Royale! I've been looking forward to this.
Frankie, I give you one hell of a fight. My face used to be blurry influence in the back streets.
Fine. So that's how we're doing this, huh? I'm ready to roll. Guys, this isn't.
Okay, so where are we off to?
Ryoshu, living card against humanity. I'm starting with fun of that name. It's great.
The battle... excuse me. The regular checkup takes place at...
The sinners seem to be under some serious misunderstanding about what the regular checkup entailed, but Faust had obviously long given up on correcting them.
The headquarters.
The headquarters you speak of must be the headquarters of Limbus Company.
Yes.
We're finally getting to visit the headquarters a whole year after they hired us. It's been a year. It is time for the legally mandated. You have to do a health checkup once a year on the dot. There you go. Welcome back, Ace. Your favorite Intervallo? Nice. The mirror dungeons in your time? No, I do the mirror dungeons in my own time. That's why I have nearly 400 hours in the game. Like, I did one earlier today. And like, I use mirror dungeons for like when I was like, once I go back to work, I'm gonna use mirror dungeons as a way of boosting my performance. So yeah, excuse you. You are what do you mean 400? I'm at 370 hours. Cause I run Limbus Company while I work at work. Like 3 hours during my workday. Because it's good for my performance. Like, it increases my performance, unironically. Do I leave my game open day and night? No, I did that with Satisfactory. No, this one I was just... I've just been playing it during work. Like, that's what I'm doing. And my boss knows this. Like, when my boss asked me, dude, how did... Like, what happened? How did your performance peak even more? I was like, yeah, I started playing Limbus Company. So... Yeah, no, because the way it works is that my workplace uses in-house stuff that you do in PGR because I play it at work. Like, Amaya, I've given you the answer like 4 times by now. I play this at work. Here's how it works. Limbus Company mirror dungeons, and the way that Limbus Company works takes a certain time for things to load and for things to process. And my company, they have their own software that we run our things in. And basically, in my cases, I have the computer, the main screen, the one in front of me, running my company's software. I have my laptop, and then to the side, I will have Limbus Company running on a mirror dungeon. And every time something loads on Limbus Company is just the right amount of time for me to make an input, to do inputs on my workplace, and whenever I start processing things at my workplace, is just the right amount of time for me to go back to Limbus Company. And it creates this like endless cycle of clicks that I can just do, and it makes my performance skyrocket. So yeah, I actually got to increase my work efficiency with that. Not to mention that we've been playing about 2 hours 4 times a week, and on top of that, during my work time, I have that 1-2 hours a day, 3 hours around when I do my mirror dungeons, 3 to 4 hours, about half my day, and that's how we get it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not recording. Welcome today. How you doing?
We should be right on time upon immediate departure.
This instant! Thou sayest! Mine heart is fain prepared. Prithee, allow us some time to prepare our travel provisions.
Where's the HQ anyway? Hopefully it's not too far from here.
That is a secret. However, I would like to inform you that it exists in a location inaccessible via Mephistopheles.
Oh, come on. How are we supposed to get there if we're not going to tell us where it is?
Inaccessible via Mephistopheles? You're not about to suggest we board the Wanderers again, are you?
Fee, I shan't ever board the warp trains again.
She has 5 hours per day. That amounts to 80 days of doing that. On average, yeah. Yeah, no, like, we've been playing since February. Like, let me see. The first day we played Limbus Company was on February 10th. How many days has it been since February 10th? How many days has it been since February 10? 119 days. Yeah, there you go. Physics final today, hopefully pass it. Good. Yeah, there you go. The math checks up. Math checks up.
Indeed, we will not be boarding a warp train on this journey.
So we're taking take the back doors or something.
Yeah, good point. Let's take them doors instead.
Just forgot you started so soon. Yeah, we started in February because we hit 10,000 subscribers around February. Yeah, it's insane, dude. And we're about to hit 15, dude. It's insane. Just like we were beginning Kanto 7. It feels like yesterday we were starting the game, dude. A sound suggestion. However, in lieu of sufficient information regarding each door, destination may hold an element of randomness. Guess who burned himself cooking pizza? Bozo! Do not underestimate the power of heat. Or, due to the variable nature of its activation period, the resultant destination may not reflect our intended end-to-end coordinates. Caught in about 2 months, insane. Or an unexpected closure mid-passage through the frame that may behoove us to the bit of the company of our last farewells and embark on an untimely journey to no return. Caught is in August. Man, it's so fast. So yeah, no, like once we reach 15k, once we catch up to Kanto 9, we're gonna play Undertale and are we there yet? And we're gonna have I will explain the schedule next week because we're in the last 2 weeks of the full-time experiment. And just came out at New Year's. Okay, so we've had time. And once Kanto 10 comes out, we will doing this. Yeah, we're playing Undertale for 15k. Yeah, we're playing Undertale for 15k. In 2 days, you're pretty sure? Nice.
This is a sound suggestion.
And I'd rather take that bloody train instead. At least we will remember what happened once it's over and done with.
And don't forget, we got the Frozen thing, yeah. Battle Royale. Somebody's salivating. Scan and chat for spoilers. Favorite game of all time. Okay, alright.
So, further research was necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations.
Further research? Are you implying that you made modifications to the back door?
A close assessment. However, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference.
This sentence has so many meanings. How did you even make the time for research? Weren't you doing everything with us the whole time?
LCA and FAUST established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company during the spare hours between our travels to garner up multiple cooperation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door.
No. I'm not talking about ass, I'm talking about the back doors. Like the back rooms. Fuck are you talking about? Yeah, Ryoshi still wants the Battle Royale, yeah.
A new wing? We're taking over L Corp's vacancy or something.
Quite sharp, Gregor. But the direction of your intuition could be improved.
Mentioned this early? There you go.
It is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp.
W Corp. That's so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Stories of W Corp's decline have been spreading more and more as of late. I'm not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity.
Oh, newspaper also featured op-eds regarding a possible management crisis at W Corp, with many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well. Again.
I see! So they've been furtively planning and preparing to take over WCorp's position as a wing! But there's a plan to wing events before it falls on its own! That's certainly peculiar! They must have something, a scheme perhaps, in the works, to ally with such ambitious parties as... Is the headquarters not going to start a war of the wings?
At this moment, am not privy to such details.
World War 89.
너무 섣부른 판단은
Miss Otis, we needn't make predictions in such rashness. Recall that W Corp has been mired in troubles both internal and external, having fallen to such desperation as to seek the assistance of our company. What do you think it was? What do you think it was? The cause for this? Bad management, for sure. I am going to say it was a peculiar type of manager. They ended up getting a line of succession of like the worst possible cultures you could possibly imagine. So it was like what are we talking about? Like, we're talking like a California Democrat, San Francisco gay, on top of that person. Then above that person was like a New York communist. Then above that person was like, what are we talking about? Like Pakistani immigrant. Then above that, we have like an Indian scammer. So and then above that, like a Somali pirate. So there you go. That's like the structure of W Corp. That's like the structure of W Corp, of the different cultures that made middle to higher management. And now it inevitably collapsed. There you go. It's also known for having legal cannibalism in the backstreet, so that doesn't have a lot of good rep. Okay. There you go. Oh my god. That would also for sure make sense. Like, bad management destroys companies. So yeah, no, and above all of them, you have like HR liberal nose ring girl, like white girl, at the very, very tippy top. Yeah, that's two. Yeah, so there you go. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such violent pandemonium. For indeed, inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those that fail to overcome it. And there's nothing, the only thing more inefficient than middle management is government. Just their culture, eating people is fine, that's their culture, am I right? Shut up, Wokey. All three of those corporations suffering due to L Corp's collapse, there you go. That's a banger line, yep.
Research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but it eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another, a portal, if you win.
How many more points in the graph do we need to establish the straight line? James is now officially a chud. We took the test. I am, yeah. About 15 more. Fuck. All right.
Oh, so you resolved all the aforementioned side effects then?
That more complicated. I can see where you're coming from. Look, my favorite kind of correct ever that I discovered with Dunkel is being accidentally correct. With Pokemon virus and fluoride in your water. Fluoride in your water make your freaking frogs gay! God. Oh, God. Yeah, no, fluoride in the water is such a weird thing, dude. Like, I know that there's countries that do that. Like, there's some, like, Polish towns that do that. It's so fucking weird, dude. Like, over here in Hungary, it's just the water. It's just water. So, Heathcliff, Alex Jones, yeah.
Not quite. Similar difficulties to the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the target destination coordinates were lacking, or in other cases, the activation period would be cut short, causing the door to shut prematurely and amputate the subjects as they were traversing between doors.
Malfunctioning Monsters Inc. doors, there you go.
There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts, however, minimizing the pentasection incidents. Most recent incidents have been limited to bisections.
Bisection certainly is an improvement over pentasection. Why are you smiling?
They both sound equally awful to me. Sob!
Albert, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mushroom today.
Sob! I would not behold mine own left and right shoes so cruelly sundered, forced to be so far apart upon our coming to the headquarters.
What, do you just join? Yes. And it only gets worse. Monsters Inc. doors have the Scooby-Doo show doors? Probably, yeah. Yeah. Yes. How do you panisect someone? What are you asking me for? Join man using FAUST'S voice, and why does Dawn sound like this? Because that's what we decided. Not only that, we have such a massive list of voices by now. Look, it's not supposed to. You just started. This is my first time playing. This is my first playthrough, yeah. This is my first playthrough. Look, table salt, which is fluorinated in Hungary. I don't think it is here, no. You too? So yeah, no, we are in Intervallo 5. So yeah, it's been quite the journey so far. And we've been, look, it's the best worst voice acting. We just finished Kanto 7, yeah.
Well. All this idle chatter of unnecessary concerns tells me that your bus life may have been too uneventful lately.
You just started Kanto 1, tune out. Exit the stream right now. Exit right now. Leave for your own sake. Do not get spoiled. No? Okay. I tried. Your friend spoils you so much. Okay. Then you go.
Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time.
I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window. We're after Kanto 7, you get spoiled, you asked for it? I mean, at this point, yeah. Change your friends? Yes. At this point, change your friends. Yes. And get up, welcome today, how you doing?
저거야?
Is that the vehicle? It's got no windows, though. How tiresome. Now, off the bus.
But so everything is on the Games Are Bastard channel. Yes, you're doing ads. Yeah, I mean, the full playthrough. Again, if you missed anything or you want to catch up to the full playthrough, it's all on the Games Are Bastard channel. Full playthrough is there. So, sorry you can't be friends anymore. Someone on the internet told me so. Toms, do you have any idea what you just described? You literally just described political discourse of the last 10 years. That is literally the political discourse we've had over the last 10 years. And a political commentator told me that you are evil, therefore you are. The politician said you are evil, therefore you are, and we can't be friends. That is literally the extremes. Find out. I'm gonna have a fantastic time. There you go. There you go. So, 753, the vehicle. Let's go. Oh boy. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way into this unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. So we can't be friends? They say you're evil for having an even equivalent of a political viewpoint. Yes. Yes, that is literally what the internet discourse has been. And I know that because I've lost so many friends over several years because we disagreed politically on something. So yeah, it is, and the final pizza's done. We only know 3. Yes. Yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane. And I do say that it is the tyranny right now of left-wing views. Because on left-wing views, you either agree with the view or you don't understand it. And that's the 2 options you have. The third option is you are evil for rejecting it. So there is no world in the left-wing view right now, in the like far left Democrat kind of thing. Right-wing radicals are just as bad. Right-wing radicals have the allowance of disagreement. They know you disagree with them, and they will trample over you for that. Not because you're evil, but because you oppose them. The left, if you disagree, you either disagree, or you if you disagree, you either don't understand or you are evil. Like, that's the dichotomy, the false dichotomy that you are given. The far right has it as you are stupid or something. About centrist extremists, you just call everyone retarded and that's it. Get labeled something which you're not? Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, because look. Right now, the left-wing, bubble is dictated by social media algorithms. It is these pre-planned, pre-approved, you don't have to think about anything. And the problem is that these are they are rooted in very childish principles from what would otherwise be a very, the origins of these views are just political views, but they have been taken over by this kindergarten level of just twistedness to it. That is just, no, because the right wing, it's all about a very authoritarian, very rigid image of what should be, and those who disagree need to be either convinced or dealt with. In the left, it's always concede to the right. So yeah. Limbus to politics and 2.5 they done president. I agree. Just brings out a whole package of demonization and tolerance, and it's different types of, it's different extremes with the far right. The difference is that recently it's been changing, but if there was a far right figure that did something fucked up, the entirety of the right, except for their little pocket, would condemn them, and they would just be excised and everything, right? They would get banned from everything, they would get disavowed, and they would just get purged from everything. The left didn't have that. The left didn't have that for the last 10 years. The right did. Because the right would get their accounts banned, they would get deplatforms and that kind of stuff. And the left didn't have that. So as a result, more and more extreme voices started becoming more and more accepted in the left, whereas right-wing voices, it's been changing recently a little bit, but the extreme voices on the right were just kicked out, and that was it. 2020, guess what? Everybody ignored and re-elected them. Yeah, because people are done. The pendulum is swinging back, and the more you push the pendulum to one side to stay with you, the harder it's gonna swing to the other way. So, if you're closing your eyes to obvious failures of the system, which applies to your to the right too, you're stupid, or you're captured. Yeah, and right now it's one of those things that you're not allowed to oppose the left in any way, or otherwise you're right wing. So, meaning something completely different? I don't even know. I don't even know. So yeah, no, not wanting political. Yeah, wanting to be apolitical is seen as a political stance. Just reminds me of the John Cleese video on extremism. That there's no one these people hate more than moderates. There is nobody that these people hate more than moderates. You're a moderate, you're a centrist, you see the issues individually, and they will hate you for it because you are not submitting to them. Not even offense, neither am I. Like, I lean right. I do lean right because I agree with those things. A centrist is not a fence sitter. A centrist is somebody that sees the issues individually, and you make your own opinions. And if you don't want to have an opinion, then that's right, that's it. That's it. You are allowed to not care. But right now, there's way too many voices that are too loud, that have taken over on one side, that just say, no, you have to care. And that's it. That's why you're apolitical, and fair enough. And fair enough. I hold my convictions, I hold my politics, and if you want to be apolitical, good for you, man. Good for you. Even if it affects you eventually, you are entitled to not care. You have, you are completely entitled to not care. That's my opinion. Like, I am libertarian in that sense. I would hope that you would come around and agree with me. That would be great. That would be awesome. But I'm not gonna force you. So yeah, sound like a nuke going off? Well, thunder and lightning have that, but nukes are a lot louder than that. So yeah, same shit happening no matter who is in charge. It depends, but yeah, like, we can probably have, there is no difference to the common folk. It depends on where you are, but yeah, like, at the end of the day, you can have that. Like, it can be a cynical thing and you just move on and that's it. The extremes don't want you to have that. They need you to be they need you to be angry, one way or another. So anyway, let's get back to it. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way into this unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Wouldn't you die before hearing the nuke? I mean, if you're far enough, then you might be able to hear the echo, and that's it. Won't allow yourself to get rage baited? Is that a challenge? Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim with convoluted-looking machines. And on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us.
Is this assistance from P Corp in the process of developing this device was indispensable?
Wait! That means... In cohorts. With young Cesara, are you? Oide! Much that I aspire to regale her with the tale of our contract's glorious completion, of mine heroism and bravery. 'Tis quite unfair of thee to meet her all by thy lonesome young Faust.
I love that she slips now like this. I love her so much.
Your concerns will be taken into account next time.
Yeah, Faust sold it for a second there. Sinclair's probably used to it by now. Because these two are probably some of the closest friends over here, so yeah. Oh boy. Impossible to be into rage bait as long as you have you on anything you believe you are cord, but be possibly being rage baited there. I mean, yeah, and it's up to you to fall for it. Faust seemed relieved.
Worry thee not, for thou hast availed us the sights of Limbus Company headquarters. Thy tick hath been tatted for.
She has to try so hard now. By the way, is there a Don Quixote plushie now? Like, is there gonna be a Don Quixote plushie? Because if I'm getting plushies, I'm getting one for Don Quixote, and I'm getting one for Esquier. That's it. There is? Hold on. Link me on Discord, please. That was the first one. I'm getting a Quixote plushie. What the fuck? What the fuck is... Oh shit, it's a bit of the... of this thing that came off. It's like, shit, there was something on my hair. Turns out it's just like a bit of this that fell off. Anyway. There is, and remember pre-orders are available or not. Okay. If anybody can link me on Discord. Look, I was able to pre-order the Steam controller, 2 of them, so I can get everything else. So yeah.
There are numerous reasons for which you were yet to be allowed into the headquarters, but as it would be a fruitless effort to explicate them all, we will not cover that subject here.
Dumb Plush was one of the first plushies batches to ever be released. Well, I'm gonna have to figure it out then.
Ooh, glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture.
Let me see here. Are there 2 Quixote plushies? Hang on. No, one of them is Sinclair. One of them is Sinclair, I think. Like, this is the picture of them. So here we have Rodia. This looks like Quixote. No, this looks like Quixote. This is Sinclair, I think. Looks like, yeah, I think this is Sinclair, right? Should there be an adorable homemade Sancho one? I would need that. I would need that too. But yeah, I definitely need a Quixote plushie. It looks tiny though. Blood mages are too similar. Yeah, but Quixote's eyes twinkle more. She's happier. Really good friends. Yeah, like ever since Kanto 3. Yeah, pre-orders were last year. Fuck. Because that, and then I want an SKA plush. Like, I want an SKA plush. One of these. SKA from Expedition 33, one of my favorite characters, and have him with Quixote, and that's it. Anyway.
The primary reason is, however, that there were several limitations to bringing the members to our department to the headquarters brought upon by frequent transnest movements and irregular scheduling of our missions.
Question is, the plushie, what? What about it? With or without rocks? Yes. Yes.
Why'd you say that why'd you say all that if we were gonna explain anyway?
Wait! More importantly, what's that about collaborating with B Corp?
It's a heavy plushie then? I don't care. I don't care. Good Smile Company does the plushies. That's available to be ordered globally. Okay, I'm gonna have to check. If anybody can link me that on the Limbus channel on the Discord and just tag me on it, then yeah. Yeah. Sinclair is the god bringing him back to the bus? Yes.
Boy, here we go again.
B Corp singularity can be summarized by the following 4 words. Expansive space warping technology.
Oh, right. Didn't you say that Miss Cesara told you something about how the principle of P Corp singularity is a lot like how La Mancha Land works?
Right. The Manchaland was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside.
Well,
yeah, I've been meaning to ask. Don't other wings already make the liberal use of different kinds of space-expanding singularities? It's, how should I put this? Isn't it a bit too mundane of a city for tech for P Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing?
That was quite the intelligent question.
Compliments, how nice.
ISHMAEL is correct in suggesting that technology to expand a given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well. An example of such invention, making use of this space expansion technology, but isn't a P Corp singularity, would be Mephistopheles.
Get to do JP in a minute shop, but the Good Smile Company Don Quixote would be hard to get. Now, I will make it happen. Look, if there is one person that has the willpower to make things happen, it's gonna be me. So, once being backhanded, yep.
The ultimate purpose of P Corp space expansion technology is to create the safest place in the world.
The safest place in the world. El Salvador. All this time, and his legacy still lives on. All has been 1,000 1,000 years, and Bukele's El Salvador is still there. Bukele in 10 years turned El Salvador, who used to be one of the most dangerous countries in the world, to a place safer than Luxembourg. So, unironically, the least bad in the corp so far. Yeah, there you go.
A perfectly protected construct. Its interior sheltered from the world outside, no matter how severely its exterior is battered. To have a sound structural integrity, no matter what, its interior is safe from any and all harm.
Or a tank.
Therefore, the more expensive the P Corp product is, the safer its interior is from damaging the outside conditions, such as extreme pressure or shock.
The least bad of the cores would be the Spanish. I just refuse. They were so lazy. The Spanish are so culturally lazy that they just decided to not engage in the evil shit because that would take too much effort. It gets in the way of the siestas. There you go. Oh.
Perhaps the way in which the interior is completely insulated from the outside is comparable to a full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension.
I buy that. All corporations are evil? Including Costco, though? You know what? Base, there you go.
In conclusion, the exterior of this vehicle utilized P Corp singularity, which means that it can protect its interior from all forms of impact, not to mention that it has enough room to hold more than 13 people inside.
What would be a company that we could just say is just flat out not evil? EVGA. EVGA based company, absolutely inherent good to the world, to the point that when Nvidia wanted them to implement some shitty, shoddy, shady technology, they just decided to stop making GPUs altogether. EVGA is unironically a good company out there. Pizza posted in Food Channel, hell yeah. What was that? EVGA. They are my favorite company. Like, I've built computers throughout my life. What technology? EVGA. Nowadays, they focus on power supplies. They used to make like video cards, like graphics cards, and nowadays they focus on power supplies. They used to make graphics cards, some of the best graphics cards out there. Like, I had EVGA from the GTX 770 all the way to my GTX 1080 Ti. No, I had a 1080. And EVGA was an incredible company. They worked with NVIDIA for this. And when NVIDIA brought up the RTX series, they were trying to integrate some technologies that EVGA, in their statement, declared that they just could not come to terms with, and decided to stop making them. And now they just make power supplies. My previous power supply, by the way, the power supply that died on me last week was EVGA as well. Like, that's how much I loved this one. Where did I put the picture of it? Because I had a picture of it somewhere around here. Where did I put? Oh, it was in general, I think. Which, yes, I ended up making a shrine for it of the thing. And Bozo, I saw the picture of it. Let me just find it, right? Let me just find it, because I hadn't the picture of it somewhere. I need to pin that message. 1 second. I have it somewhere over here. It's a little bit higher than this, because I'll show you this power supply. Like, their power supplies are so good that mine lasted about 10 years. Like, my power supply from EVGA lasted 10 years. That's how good it was. Until it died last week, right after the stream. It had the decency of dying right after the stream. Like, that's how much the power supply was. Okay, this is... Did I not post the picture? Oh, no, it was the picture before that. One second. I'm gonna bring this one up because this is super important. Let me just pin this message first. There we go. And let me bring the image. Because here you can see my little shrine of trinkets. This is the power supply that died on me. Yeah, the MAGA hat Dunkel gave to me. I couldn't not put it here. So yeah, this was my power supply. It lasted me 10 years. Patreon too. Patreon has made some really good decisions as well, yeah. EVGA, this one lasted me 10 years. This was my first big boy interface. And yeah, the power supply lasted me 10 years. And it's a shame because lately EVGA has been selling to data centers. You know, like they just sold the power supplies that they had. But the first chance I get to buy more EVGA, I'm getting more. Let's see. Where is ISHMAEL? Yeah, there's gonna be Amazon Germany, but they've been out of stock. They've been out of stock. But yeah, no. Insanely good company. And they just, when NVIDIA told them that they wanted them to bring up this shady technology, they just dropped them. And that was it.
Don't-dimensional trunks or containers also transport things to other dimensions. Sink, why are you freezing up all of a sudden?
There was this creepy story that used to circulate among kids back when I was in school.
What was it say? Shady technology? They didn't say which one. They just said that the technology implemented in the RTX series was just something they didn't want to deal with. They disagreed with it, and therefore they parted ways with NVIDIA. And they haven't made a GPU ever since. Like, their GPUs was like a third of their sales, and they just cut it off. They just cut it off. Like, they were known for their GPUs, and they just cut it off. And consider what NVIDIA implemented recently? Yeah. And they're still thriving as a company. Just with power supplies.
Here's how it goes. So a Tiviets Association employee makes a delivery to a house, then looks away for a second, and the curious kid crawls into the courier trunk and... Oh, I'm gonna stop the story here. Look, that story kept me up at night for a whole week, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about that scenario where...
Hey, come on. Sometimes story is just a story, okay? Amazon is not going to deliver and let a porch pirate take away a kid, okay? As for the FBI to do.
As a Deviant idea, nice. Well, not necessarily. You think the city has creepypastas? It's gonna be like the opposite. Like they're gonna have creepypastas like an SCP Foundation where things are actually nice. Like, you know, there was a place called Poland, and they used to have no crime. That kind of stuff. Yeah, the creepypasta are gonna be more like distortions and whatnot. Yeah. Urban plagues are, yeah, they're real. Yeah, I know. But in this case, they're real. Yeah, so they would tell, like, the stories of all the different things. That would be funny, though.
Unfortunately, the story that inspired Sinclair's week-long nightmares was mostly an accurate retelling of a true story. Several regulations were added to HANA and Deviant Association's rules to prevent cases of people being stored in dimensional containers.
That's just Trazen the Infinite. Not helping, yeah.
From a certain perspective, it may be said that the warp technology employed by a W Corp shares a degree of similitude. The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension, a difference being that they are packaged in a safer manner.
Therefore, perhaps enough of a connection exists to say that they operate in the same scale?
It's just Necron technology. That's just Necron technology. Trazen the Infinite, there you go. Lobotomy Corporation, the game was based off SCP Foundation, pretty sure. That sounds like it would make sense, yeah. We are gonna play Lobotomy Corp. We are gonna play Library of Ruina once we finish with everything, okay? Send his kid through mail in the US. Yep.
Anywho, point is that we'll always have access to headquarters as long as we have this vehicle, huh?
This will certainly make the logistics and communication and supply much more convenient. One question, however, how does the company plan to move this instrument as and we struggle on its own? Was that detail been hashed out yet?
No. In order to establish a more tangible level of communication with Limbus Company headquarters and effective means of transportation, such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city. In summary, an efficient means of transportation, such as this vehicle here, developed using P Corp and the Aspirin W Corp's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city.
Drastically failed fundraiser. He was fucking made it anyway. Yeah, so good. Indie party playing this novel game called Sword Coast called Humans and Buildings, where the official setting doesn't have magic or something called doesn't have magic, something called microwave that makes your food hot again. Yep. Without the need of fire. Yes. It's gonna be a cage. It did not make global corporation despite failing fundraiser. That's such a Chad move, dude. In every nest.
Of course not. Technology is still experimental. It's astronomically expensive to install and operate.
Virgilius gave us a firm clarification.
Activating now.
Faust tinkers with various machines and contraptions within the vehicle, and the giant door from earlier began to tremble, making a loud noise.
Wherefore is that gate over yonder shuddering so?
Energies now link are routing towards that gate. That, fuck with Sinclair confirmed? Probably, yeah. The gauge displays around the glowing door filmed. The door began to slowly open.
Entering now.
When it fully opened, Faust made her way inside like it was just another door.
Well, let's follow her inside.
There was a bizarre and incomprehensible noise of machines, coupled with a low, droning noise.
Yes, we have arrived. Welcome to the Limbus Company headquarters. This
place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits, walking briskly between their busy schedules. I hear heavy doors open and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time.
is the floor of the LCE department.
LCE, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to proudly stride through the HQ's front gate one day.
Really like this theme, it's so good. Alright, we got time for one more, I think. We've got time for one more. Nice. 754. They aren't worthy of the main entrance, yes. 754 Hohenheim. Let's go. Oh no, we're only level 44 on average. There he is. Oh god, they are just staring.
Right! Are we waiting for something to happen? Or are we all suddenly unfamiliar with the cousin introducing ourselves?
Given that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty to a self-introduction. My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company.
Okay, Hohenheim. What a stupid fucking name. Alright, not Barrett. What the fuck happened? What? Why did... Oh god. Okay. Hohenheim. And, I don't remember anymore. Anyway, there we go. Alright, there we go. Good. There we go. There. Hohenheim. The father of fundamental alchemy is the one who created Well then. Don't you diss our goat Triple H?
To be precise, he is the chief researcher of the LCE department.
To be more precise, I am the chief researcher responsible for the entirety of Limbus company.
To be even more precise, the only reason he retains that role is because Yi Sang and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners. Someone must stay behind to continue the research after all.
We meet someone that Faust does not like. Yeah, I just improvised our Barry, yeah. So you're two are friends?
While it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label of this relationship, it can be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication to one another.
I am in agreement for the first time since we were acquainted. I hear that our department has researched us several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup.
The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are constantly on the move from one nest to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate reply. I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail.
See you second. Welcome back. How you doing? Hohenheim. That is hi home in German. I'm gonna pronounce it Hohenheim.
Yes, I was very well aware, also quite well aware that the fact that your department has been giving us that same reply over and over again like an answering machine. And this must be down to the executive manager of Limbus company, Sinus.
I'd like to say hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose you can hear what I'm saying.
The manager extends his greetings.
Charmed that this grueling and arduous work to be in the position of leadership, especially when communication issues come into play. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder my researchers and I are even speaking the same language. So I do commiserate.
How odd! Their clothes are!
Yes. Allow me to introduce you all to Martin and Alyssa, two of the few researchers directly in my command.
Extracted from abnormalities? But how?
Happy to have someone who recognizes them.
Yeah, he is too. LCA, LCB, LCCA, LCCB, and now LCE, which means we are gonna have LCCE. Another department of his company. Martin and we love Martin in this household. Okay. Are they like gear scavenged from the former corp? And the name oh yeah. Was there partial similarities to their gears? Enough differences present to distinguish them? Begin.
Indeed, we attempted our own brand of extractions successfully, I might add.
While the news of the production EGO gear in Limbus company style was already received, this is the very first time they are observed in person.
Oh yeah, there's LCD too. There you go. Yeah, we have LCA. Is there LCC though? LCD and B, I don't know. So, we must have abnormalities contained in this facility. So that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here, huh? But I'm sensing distortions on Picatula too.
Indeed, as they are containment and research subjects for the LCE department as well.
Faust closely observed the EGO gear Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest.
마감이 살짝 흐트러진 것을 제외하고
Apart from a few imperfections in the finish, the level of EGO extraction visible here is quite acceptable.
LCA, LCB, LCCA, LCCB, LCD. Alright.
소감 고맙군.
Input appreciated.
이걸 멀쩡하게
This is a product of
추측하기
thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that have been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract data of acceptable level of stability.
Girl goes on Hive's ID. Yeah, we have it.
하지만 결국 내
But at the end of the day, I did it. Like I always do.
당신 직원들이
You
뒤에서
did it.
빤히 듣고 있는데
Are you sure you want to take all the credit when your team is standing right behind you?
익숙해요.
New voice. New voice! New voice! We have Alyssa and we have Marton. Okay. I want to give one of them... Vulcan. I want to give one of them Vulcan. I want to give one of them Vulcan or the Salamanders. I want to give one of them Vulcan. No, please. Fuck you. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah, we need Vulcan. We could also bring back the voice of Rogel Dorn. We could also do that as well. You have a better choice for Vulcan? Okay, because the previous person that we had Vulcan with, what's going on? Marton Vulcan. Just play Vulcan today. How you doing? Do Vulcan, but not her. Yeah, not her. For her, what should we do for her? What? Give Vulcan to Alyssa? No, we should give... I want to give... One of them, I want to bring Rogel Dorn back. I am Rogel Dorn, and I must fortify this position. What should we do? Which one should we do? We have, Marton should be Rogel Dorn. Rogel Dorn, and then, we should have, let me just find Rogel Dorn. Where is Rogel Dorn? Where did I put Rogel Dorn? Okay, there he is. Alright. Is Rogel Dorn your regular narrator voice? Not entirely, no. Minnie Mouse? Scottish? Female Scottish?
Like a female Scottish kind of thing? Like that kind of voice? Is that what you want for Alyssa? I'm okay with that, you know.
Yeah, we don't have a female Scottish, so that fits enough. There you go.
What are you to it?
Oh, piss off! I'm gonna mash her out of these selfish sort twats! I'm just about ready to get violent to some poor bastard. Let's get on with the check-out so we can get to the boss, yeah? I go get some crumpet.
또 그렇게 하고 싶은 마음이 벌떡 갔네.
I feel the same, the very same urgency you express. There is much we must cover aggressively, given that this is the first ever regular checkup performed as a group since your employment.
파우스트도 이곳에서 시간
Faust
너무
also
오래
does not wish to pass more time without substance. Let us begin.
그럼 첫
Very
번째
well,
순서.
assist tasks are need to assess your ability in response to emergency situations.
방금 뭔가를 꾹
What?
누른
He just pressed something? Emergency situations. Metal Gear. The walls of the laboratory suddenly started separating and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it had locked the sinners away in some kind of hold, isolating them from me, Virgilius, and Karen.
이건 그냥 기습인 거 아닌가요?
What the hell? This is just an ambush.
그야, 기습 시에 행동
Yes, it
방식과
is. The
대처
purpose of this
능력을
test is to measure your behaviors and response in case of a surprise attack, so embassy this.
Was this discussed beforehand, Virgilius?
You look anxious, Dante. Well, I suppose you weren't let in on this either. I wasn't, for your information. Just go with their flow, Dante. So it goes would be an apt response. I'll find a room somewhere where Karen and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Faust once this is over.
Virgilius having any excuse for daddy-daughter time, fucking based. Any excuse to be able to spend more time with Karen. There you go.
Karen wants cake too.
저번에 축하 파티하고 남은 게
Oh hey, we've got some leftover cake from our last office party. Come this way, please. We will fortify that position. An employee appeared and led Virgilius and Karen away into a nearby office room. Okay, so this is the regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done. The first person color we've seen on Limbus must have been lucky to survive Disney. Yep, he's the first one of the first brown darkies we've seen. Yes. All right. Oh, come on. There's 6. Okay, there's 6 attacks of them. Which one has flower? You have flower. You go here, and then you go here. You go here. You here. You here, and you here. All right. With that. Go, team! Go! Yeah, black character, he survived Disney. No wonder he made it. Like they saw him immediately. We're like, survivor, he's in. There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, it's our headcanon over here that Disney was the what's it called? Responsible for there not being black people around, so Queequeg, she was more like gypsy. Like, we're talking like African. Like, we're talking African descent clan, not like gypsy, Indian, or Arab, right? Like, we're talking African black. Must fortify this position. There you go. Where's the flower? Flower is over here. You go take one of these. You go take this one. You take this one. You go here and you go here. Go, team! Want to get to click Otis? Fuck! When I get the chance, yeah, I'll click her next time. Well, Queequeg is a Native American, so yeah, no, Native Americans are not of African descent. So it's a different kind of, it's a different shade. Yeah, no, where we're talking black, we're talking like African descent. That's what we're on about. Because in our headcanon, the ring is the remnants of Disney, and the reason why Disney stopped being the massive corporation it is and became a syndicate instead is because at some point they embraced furries, and if there's one groups of people that very much never have accepted furriness is African descent people. So yeah, Native Americans and Indians, they're more Mongoloid. They're more Mongoloid. So yeah, Disney ended up causing a bunch of world wars as a result, and every time they kept losing, well, they kept losing. So not much that could be done in those senses. Alright, hopefully you will... okay, Faust is being attacked by this one, so you go here instead. There we go. Oh, fuck! All black people were expelled by Disney into Norway or whatever it is. No, they just really wanted them gone. They just really needed them gone because opposing Disney to the point of condemning them, then yeah. New Africa, maybe. Like, maybe the remnants of them went there. But at this point, like, Disney was making sure it was like 25 world wars in a row that Disney was doing just so that they could keep the genocides going. All right. What do we got? Let me see. Rising fever. First seal removed. Middle. What do you want me to see? What do you want me to see from this one? We're running out of time, but what do you want me to see? Her voice line.
Something nice gonna hurt me about this time that you got down.
Nice. There we go. Next round. Oh, Heathcliff is still not ready for it. All right, let's go. You here. You here. You here. And then we just start rotating them around. There we go. Alright, she's excited now. Yup, glowing purple. Yup, there you go. She brings in the flaming sword. Hell yeah. So yeah, Disney made sure that there were as few Africans as possible. And yeah, it resulted in this. Oh. God, he won with the without flipping the coin. Look at that. There you go, Faust. There you go. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, let's see. Yi-Sang over here. You over. Okay. You go here. You go here. Okay, we're gonna be redoing that one real quick. You go here. You go here. Go team. Good job, Faust. Yes. I think it's funny in Asia. How kind of like character be like when you compare them to the IDs? Yeah, because these are like based on Kanto 9 mostly. The wheel.
Write it down as an execution!
Nice. And get kicking! There we go. I swear it's over now. Every time, right as Yi-Sang is about to get we went through various tests, including command ability trials through using Pekatula NVIDIA.
Hark, Manager Esquire! Hey ho! I have attained a score most perfect!
To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge. As I delved further in my studies. It's not the same Quixote anymore, dude.
Hey, you sang, bud. We're testing our fixer association knowledge, huh? Totally. Honestly, she's got more than enough fixer fixation for the entire bus.
All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes. That's the first thing you focus on when meeting a new person. Fortify that position.
Look at her eyes. How straight, look. Bloody hell, this ain't easy.
Your
leadership style is...
Oh, strong, decisive, and goal-oriented.
Miss Hart? We were finally allowed a quick break after going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well.
Next, basic fitness for our thinness. We can finally get started on the real meat of this checkup.
Wait, what were all those tests you guys were running on us?
They were conducted in order to collect various data that the LCE department has been missing. In other words, we were fortifying our position, and we capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities. Fortifying our position. Carried as normal James voice, the narrator, yeah.
Still, I'd say it's very productive. We now know a lot about you guys. It helps us support the LCB going forward. Alright, we're gonna go over some tests that can be conducted in groups first. Please form a line here.
Whoa, like this?
Ah, so this is where we get it. Quixote pouting at being shorter than Faust. I love her. I love her so much. Let's get this over with. Looks like we got a long day ahead of us. Yi-Sang is the same height as I am. I am the same height as Yi-Sang. Yeah, and Sinclair is officially the shortest. He's still a kid, so... Wow, these are some comfy clothes they've given us. And Rhodia being the tallest woman. Yup. Sinclair is insane. Yup. Yup.
Right. I can totally see myself wearing these to sleep.
To sleep? Then I'll see property. So you better return them as soon as we're done here.
Oh, gotcha. By the way, can you take a look at my wrist before we actually get started? With feeling soreness over there, but Dante won't turn the clock just for me, you know? Turning of the clock for such trivialities may cause the formation of an unfavorable habit. Perhaps Mersal can remedy your pain.
Oh, I'm almost prepared to administer necessary aid. Should you request it again?
Actually, you know what? I'm totally fine, don't you worry.
Slightly taller than Mersal. They're all midgets. I mean, you are just tall. That's different. No, and they bully him. He's a kid. Like, Sinclair is literally a kid. Like, yes, he's like 18 or something, but yeah. Dawn is on her tippy toes there. Sinclair is still a growing boy. Yeah, he will stretch one day. Megumi Fujikura. Welcome to today, our dearest. How are you doing? How's our favoritist Mama Mego doing? It's so good to see you.
Please stand still. If you think you can see some of you on your tiptoes, you'd be very wrong. Heels on the ground, please. But my heels are on the ground.
V. You're good? Good. Been busy, I assume? Not for the hoodies they sold at I want one of the hoodies, yes.
And, could you stuff out your cigarettes before the test begins?
This one is in this, so I can look cool.
Uh-huh.
Oh, heck yeah. Good. Good. Been doing gardening, I assume, still? Dunn is 158 and Sinclair is 163.
And what about?
Bound! But scram!
Okay, so the basic group tests are complete.
I seem to have forgotten something quite important. I had to establish prior to beginning the test in earnest. I need an assistant.
An assistant?
I need an assistant to help me smooth out the testing procedures. You got two of them already, right behind you, if you need directions.
You'll see what the hoodies are for. Okay, good. Oh, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants. We're specifically assistant researchers. We fortified the position of the research and nothing else.
Yes, of course, there's much that distinguishes these two occupations. I would like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup.
Rhodia certainly raised her hand.
I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but now that you raised your hand, I'll give you the floor. Don't ask me to do it. Just got up my vibes, you know? I'll take researcher though. I'm a big fan of her style.
Rhodia trailed off, greedily caressing the clothes of one of the researchers.
What are you doing?
I didn't really have your mind anyway, but do we know that not nonetheless?
Funny another one's clothes? Yes.
I would also like to refuse your nomination. The position of an assistant to Hohenheim implies that the said assistant is, when it comes to skill, inferior to the person they are assisting.
Again, I didn't have you in mind either, but your passionate expression of interest is intended, nonetheless appreciated.
I wonder who came up with this brilliant idea of putting two smartasses together to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes.
She cheats. Yeah, she cheats using FAUST'S, yeah.
If I were to talk about myself, I want to open by saying that I was class vice president in school, a diligent model student who assiduously facilitated the tasks of the class president in...
His only experience is school, dude.
Was everyone getting so anxious to get picked here? Don't you fellas actually want to be his assistant? Yeah, the face front just things bothersome, you know?
I kind of felt like I had to apply for the position for some reason.
Well, this decision has already been made, and not that the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion. You're the orange-haired sinner.
Ishmael almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line. Oh. Greetings, Mr. Hornheim. As you must be aware, you've taken a look at my documents. I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You'll have nothing to worry as long as I'm about your side. Also, can I add this spirit to my resume if I ever get the chance to submit a transfer request to work at the headquarters?
Didn't you still holding on to that hope? I called you to ask you to move because you were standing on some of the thin toes.
I love this. Our bratty princess just...
This would not have been an issue if you would stop jumping the gun. The fault lies within you, and this time I'm right. ISHMAEL!
Everyone turned around to look at Heathcliff, who was absent-mindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose.
Huh? Me? Huh? Me?
It seemed that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was. Wait, but why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like...
It is a common misconception among many researchers to assume that the higher the level of education or the more elaborate the resume, the better candidate one makes for a research project participant.
Actually fucking based. But that's just common sense, isn't it? At least when it comes to research.
However, were you aware that most great discoveries are made in a potent mix of spontaneity and intuition? But there's a descriptor for our friend here, I would say. What do you say, Heathcliff? I believe that this aggressive and passionate approach of both gives you more than sufficient qualifications to command and lead them in this set.
Is that right?
He replied, scratching his head.
Be honest now, you saying you were kind of looking forward to getting picked, weren't you?
It is but a fate that things that were once good in the eyes of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time. And when one does indeed fall out of favor, the intelligentsia of the bygone days must rightly exclude themselves to the realm of memories and past. They made him sad. I can't believe that Gypsy got to steal even the research assistant position. There you go. Fucking gypsies, dude. There you go. Yi Sang replied with a particularly downcast look.
I'm going to have your son, Bo as my new assistant.
Righty-ho! So, what are you going to do now?
Nothing too complicated. You only need to express your free spirit, just as you are now.
Aha. Now I see what he is doing. He is fortifying a position. Oh, and I'm sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly. To fortify his position. Martin whispered quietly at me in a voice that only I could hear. We will call it a whisper. Being street smart rather than book smart. There you go. Oh my god, there you go. We started 10 minutes late, we finished 10 minutes late. So, there you go. Ace's job. Megumi. Alright, there you go. And with that, we're gonna be calling it a night. We'll be back tomorrow with a jam and shred, as well as more Resident Evil Requiem. Let me just make these over here. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Again, if you missed anything today or want to catch up to the full playthrough, it all goes to the Games Are Bastard channel, so make sure that you are subscribed and everything. Join the Discord, and yes, Megumi, unfortunately, I have to go to sleep. This is the last 2 weeks of the full-time experiment, so I have to get myself back into the habits of everything, you know? I've missed you so much, Megumi, and we've all missed you so much, but it's good that you are busy, okay? So yeah, up to the best intervalos. Have fun with the rest of it. We're gonna continue it on Thursday. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna be calling it a night. We'll be back tomorrow. Join the Discord, subscribe and everything. It's only 6 p.m. for you. It's 11 p.m. for me. So, yeah, I guess catch up with the vlog. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you again, everybody, for another incredible stream, for the follows, for the subs, for the bribes, and for everything. We'll be back tomorrow with a Jam and Shred and everything, and more Resident Evil Requiem, so that's going to be a fun one. And yeah, thank you again, everybody. Again, I am grateful every single day that I did get to do this at all, and that any of you like this to begin with. So thank you very much, everybody. Should go to sleep. Yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yeah, everybody, go to sleep. If you're on this side of the world, go to sleep. And with that, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Have yourselves a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.